In the land of grills, welcome back, folks. We got a new cooker this week. Last week, we did the Vevor 16-inch, and I'll leave the link down below to that. But this week, we've got an 18-inch that looks a lot like a pit barrel cooker. In fact, a lot of the sizes are exactly the same, but guess what? It's about $300 less. And you're saying, well, hang on, Tom, that's not a pit barrel cooker. You're right, it's not a pit barrel cooker. A lot of features on here that are exactly the same. And you know what? We're going to find out today. I'm going to show you all the specifics. We are going to compare it online price-wise. And you know what? I've got two half racks of ribs that we're going to hang on this thing and see, does it cook as good as a pit barrel cooker from Vevor? Oh man, let's find out. Right, so if you don't believe me, there's a pit barrel cooker. Now that's an 18-inch. Here's the Vevor charcoal smoker. It's also an 18-inch. $435, $139. Let's now there are a lot of differences here, and I'll just talk about them right away. Pit barrel cooker is porcelain coated enamel. Now I have one of those at the Southern Command. Now it is porcelain coated enamel on the outside, but mine on the inside isn't, so it does rust from the inside out. This has just got high temperature paint on it. There's no porcelain coated enamel on this one. And there are some other differences too. We're going to take a little closer look at the Vevor, get into the Vevor a lot, fire it up, you know, and just keep on going here with cooking some ribs. All right, I will leave the Amazon link down below. $139 is what this thing is going for. Let's take a look at some dimensions. Right, so here are your dimensions. 34 inches height, it is 18 and a half, and 22 at the bottom. And this thing does come apart a little bit differently. Let's just start looking at the inside. First thing people are going to point out are the vent holes. There's 4 sets of them, I believe, and that is what they are. You're controlling everything here through the top vent, and we're going to find out today because it's kind of windy, and I apologize for some of that wind noise, but the wind is swirling pretty good. It is in the only in the 30s today here in southeastern Wisconsin. Let's take a look at the inside. All right, the top is recessed. You got a nice handle here. You've got your control right there. That's how we're going to control everything. And then on the inside, down here, so this is where we're going to hang our rack of ribs today. And they're telling me that this is chrome plated. There is assembly required with this thing. So if you plan on getting it, plan on about an hour of assembly. So if you're wondering if they give you hooks to hang, and that's what we're using today, they give you 6 stainless steel hooks. All right, it comes with 2 chrome plated grill grates, and there are 2 spots to put them, but you could actually put them even lower if you wanted and go down to that level right there. But I think the intention is to be at these 2 right there. Put a flashlight in there so you can see. So then you've got a porcelain coated drip tray or water pan. This guy right here. And then below that is another pan with a charcoal grate in it, and that's where your charcoal goes. All right, you got 2 nice handles on the side. Now this thing comes apart. So when you pick it up, you're not picking up the whole thing. The top 2 sections separate from the charcoal section. So that comes off just like that. Like I said, that's where your charcoal is. And you got a charcoal grate right there, and that's your charcoal tray. And that has 3 legs that sits in a ring down there. Now your ash is going to probably stay in here. The ring they've got down there is just to keep this centered. Taking a closer look at the ventilation holes, this top row is what's going to your charcoal. The bottom row, you can see, is separated here. You've got a gap here between this plate and this plate. And that's where the bottom row goes. So air goes through there to help keep the bottom of the grill cool. So you're saying, well, if I put this on the deck, well, I'd probably put some bricks underneath it, to be honest with you. But I think they did a good job here of separating the heat and having the vents so that it'll keep the bottom cool so you don't have to worry about burning. All right, so when you're done cooking, you know, can you extinguish the charcoal? Well, you can take your lid, close this, and that fits on there right like that. So that should snuff it out pretty good, but you're still gonna have some ventilation in there. So I'm gonna say right now, pretty much whatever charcoal you put in there is probably what it's gonna burn. All right, I'm like danger low when it comes to to lump charcoal. I've got like a half a bag of the B&B hickory, and that's all I got left. So I'm gonna go to another B&B, well, Duraflame. Duraflame makes B&B. Another Duraflame product called Cowboy. And I just used a torch to get the center going there. And we're gonna pour a little bit more on there. That. Just like that. And maybe put a chunk or two of hickory in there, and then show you putting that back on. All right, got the one chunk of hickory in there, the Cowboy in there. This thing fits together pretty nice. And fit and finish, when I put these two sections together, this one and this one, I mean, it was very tight. So it'll be interesting to see, you know, how tight this thing when it comes to cooking. Let's go take a look at the ribs, and we'll get them going. All right, there's our 2 half racks. Pulled the silver skin off the back using the famous Dave's rib rub. Let's get them hung. This is gonna be interesting to see how this does, because the weather out here today, like you said, it's windy and it's in the low 30s. November 9th. That's strange. We had snow on the grass this morning, and they're saying there's another chance of snow tonight. Huh, how about that? All right, ribs are on. Smoke is rolling. Temp probe on the side is starting to come off the temp. Got the top lid fully open, and that's smoking. Plus I put another tray in that drip tray with some warm water, warm tap water. And you can see there is some smoke leaking out through the bottom vents. So that's why I got the top vent wide open. Let's just, I don't even know if you can see the ribs in the smoke there. You have to take my word for it. See them? There's 2 racks of ribs right there. All right, we'll close up. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Those guys that have I've been in a couple competitions before where guys have those fancy gateway drums, like $3,000, and this is $139. And they put the lid on, they always go like this. Make sure it seats. So I got to make sure I'm doing that right. So just like a gateway, we got it going on here in Land of Grills. I was wrong. They're not 3,000. They're 1,300. And I think these are bigger. This is a 55-gallon one. This is not a 55-gallon. They have something that's closer. That's 900, 30-gallon. That's a little bit closer to what we got. All right, it's been about an hour. I don't know where the smoke went. But that says around 200. Let's see if we can take a look. Oh, look at that. Ribs are looking pretty nice. Keep on going here. Gotta make sure and do that. Give you a look-see. I'm kind of curious what the charcoal is doing now. Nice thing about this is that you can, I think, very carefully, remember we got water in there too. So let's just let this up carefully. And you can see that our charcoal's looking pretty good. We'll put another chunk of hickory in there, and put that back on top. Now, you can't really do that. I know I'm picking on pit barrel cooker, but can't do that on a pit barrel cooker. All right, we're 2.5 hours into it. One thing Vevor doesn't give you, they don't give you any little hook. So I had one of these little hooks, and we're just going to look at that. Take a look at our ribs here. Okay, well, I'm gonna do a probe test and see how they're doing. All right, so you can see 182. They are, I gotta tell you right now, these are pretty probe tender. I think I'm gonna put some sauce on them, hang them for about 5-10 minutes, give you a look-see. Not looking bad, looking pretty good. All right, you can see right there, we got the nice pull back there. We got the Blues Hog Raspberry Chipotle on there. Looking mighty nice. Get them back on for about 5 minutes. Get things to set. All right, there they are. It's about 2 hours and 45 minutes. I don't know if we should call them 2.5 or 3 hour ribs. Nice smoke ring on $139. Oh man. Oh wow. Look at that. Look at the pullback. Smoke ring. $139 smoker, folks. From Vevor. I'll leave the link down below. Tom Horsman YouTube. This real thing. I tell you what, $300 less than the pit barrel cooker. Will it last forever? Nope. Probably won't. Neither will the PVC. Thanks for watching, folks. Let me know what you think.